Welcome back, my friends, to the motorbike show that never ends. It's hello from him and hello from Sasha the Guzzy Dog. Say hello. There you go. Good girl. Today we're going to talk about stoves. Alcohol stoves, to be precise. I know you're all dying to know about alcohol stoves. But anyway, if you wondered, this is the result of years of gaining knowledge about alcohol stoves for camping. Now then, you're going to come across several kinds. You're going to come across these stainless steel ones that's made by Tatonka. You're going to come across the genuine article Trangia. You're going to come across Chinese knockoffs. They'll all be the same, but they'll have different names on the lid or underneath, can't remember. And then you've got the original military burner, which people call a Trangia, but it's actually not, it's a Surveyor. Trangias have got T's on the bottom. Okay, so first things first, which is the best? Well, the best all around that I have found is the Trangia. It burns hotter than the rest, it burns cleaner than the rest, and will heat your water up a little faster. Not much, but a little bit faster. And it's quite small and convenient. Fits in most things. Got a good snuffer. This snuffer also acts as a simmer ring, so you can cut off part of the flame. So once your water or your food is up to boiling temperature, you can let it simmer for a few minutes. Seems to work good, and you can snuff it out when you're done. It's got a seal, rubber seal. Where's the rubber seal gotten? It's here somewhere. See, that one's got a rubber seal. They do pop out occasionally. You can buy replacements. Don't try to snuff it with a rubber seal in, or you'll burn it and wreck it. These Chinese knockoffs, they have a very good simmer ring actually, with a nice handle on it. So you're not going to burn your fingers like you do with this one. You need a pair of pliers really, or a knife. Got to hook it in there. This stainless steel one has got a very good simmer ring. Nice and big, no nonsense. The military one has not got a simmer ring. I haven't seen one that fits very well, although you could use a Tatonka one, but there's no point. The military one will burn for the longest time. That will burn over half an hour. That one burns for about 20 minutes, so does that one. And that one is around 25 minutes or whatever. As regards material, the brass ones are better than the stainless steel. I haven't tried a titanium one because I haven't seen a titanium one with a top that seals it off. If ever I see one, I will give it a try. These burn okay out in open air. This does not. This needs to be under a pan inside a windshield. Then it burns fine. But if you just have it outside, I think what happens is the heat transference characteristics of the metal keep it cooler than the brass ones, which stay a little bit warmer and burn the fuel better. Okay, so that is the best one, Trangia. They all are going to be around the $20 mark, 16 to 20 something, depending on where you shop. But if you're going to have to buy one, I would just go for the Trangia. That's my advice. Right, now, how do you use it? Well, the simplest way is this one, which actually came as a kit, where the Trangia burner goes, or the spirit burner, should I say, because it's not a Trangia. What brand is that? A Chinook, I think. It works fine. It works absolutely good, but you cannot have the slightest breath of wind, or the water will never boil, because what you do is you put your pan directly on top, and so the flame will contact it here, but obviously if there's a wind coming, it'll blow the flame out the other side. And then once the flame is finished burning here, all of this part will cool the pan off. Same with the kettle. Same with the kettle. So sometimes I do take it with me, because it doesn't take up much room, but I don't use it very often outside the bike, and you will need a windshield around it to make it work. And to be honest, there's not a lot of point really, because if you want to take a separate burner, well, you might just as well take a separate burner like that and then get 3 rocks put around it, and then put your pan or your kettle over them and rest them on the 3 rocks or whatever. So this stays at home, and is usually somewhere in a cupboard in the kitchen waiting for the next power outage, in which case I can make a nice cup of tea. Right, so the most efficient way to use a Trangia is this way. Now, this is called a Meta 50. Meta 50, and it was developed by the Swiss Army. I think they call it a Ranger stove or the Storm cooker or something. And originally it was for troops to use it with those little blocks of solid fuel, Esbit, or I think this one used metaldehyde, which is why it's called Meta. And then there's a little cup in there, and you would put your metaldehyde block in there, set fire to it. And a very clever thing, it's got a door in the side. You see that little door? So when your block was burning down, if you wanted to put another block in, and this is your gripper pan for your handle, your gripper handles for your pan. You would just use your gripper, pop it in there with a solid fuel tablet there, and then you would just tip it in, and off it would go. Ingenious that. I had this for years before I found out what that did. I'm just happy to pass the knowledge on. Anyway, so you put your I converted this a little. So you put your burner in there, Trangia burner. So you've got a base with holes on one side, not the other. So you put this on the windward side. So your apparatus is being fed air, and then the air comes up here and burns off the spirit burner, like so. And then what you do is you've got these saucepans, and they go in there and they rest on the edges, and it's exactly the same as the Trangia 27 and the Trangia 25 units which you see nowadays. They use this principle and made their own system, but they have curved pans and not cone-shaped pans like this. So what you're doing here is you're shielding your flame from being blown around by the wind, but you're also channeling the heat up through the sides. So the heat comes up the side of the pan and heats the whole thing apart from the very top edge. So it's more efficient, and these do work very well. Obviously you've got 2 pans, so what you can do is you can pop one on, and there's a ring, you can put that on, and you can put another one on, so you can do 2 jobs at once. You can be boiling in the bottom and keeping stuff warm in the top, or stuff that needs to be warmed more gently in the top. And not only that, but the lid is also a frying pan. So you've got a frying pan as well, and you've got your handle. So, oops. So you can cook with that, etc., etc. They all stack together. Combinations are endless. The world is your oyster. Again, I bought this a few years ago for not very much money. They are the original Metas in good condition. This is not in good condition. This is all battered. But, you get this out at a campsite, everybody thinks you're some kind of pioneer, and you can tell all kinds of bullshit stories and they'll believe you. So, works exceptionally well. A bit of a bugger to clean. Make sure you don't get the frying pan too hot, or you'll be scrubbing at it for hours. But very good, Good thing about this is, you can always put your pans, if you've got one of them campsites that have got a grill over a fire, you can always use them to cook over the fire, so you're not burning alcohol. And, it means you can make better use of your alcohol. Now, so that's very good. Now, that is sort of equivalent to the Trangia 27, I think. Another thing, you can put a kettle on it too, see? That's quite a small kettle. This is a better kettle. It's a bigger kettle. It fits like that. So that'll boil a kettle too, if you want to carry a kettle with you. I tried carrying a kettle, but to be honest, if you've got two pans, you don't really need a kettle. It's just another thing to carry. If you're buying kettles, you see this one's got a rolled bottom. If you dropped your bike and this is in a pannier and you hit it and it hit that seam, it will probably leak. This is a better kettle to buy with a spun bottom, hard anodized, good stuff. Right, so that's that. I do like them, I do recommend them. They take up a bit of space though. But if there's a couple of you on bikes, one of you can carry the camping gear, it's not a problem. And for 2 or 3 people, or even up to 4 people, that would suffice. Okay, so now my favorite, and this is what I end up carrying most of the time. Now this is the Swedish Army mess kit. Not a Trangia mess kit and all that, it's Swedish Army. Most of the burners inside them are the military burner, which I showed you earlier. Where did that go? There we are. They take the military burner, which is quite bigger, not made by Trangia. But what I have done with mine is I have converted it to take... Well, I haven't converted it, I just use the Trangia burner because I find it more convenient because we have a simmering. Now, what this comprises is 2 pots. A billy pot and a smaller pot or a saucepan. People call it a frying pan, it's not. I've tried it as a frying pan, it's absolutely useless. So don't do that. And inside you've got everything you need. You've got a mug, a blue mug, if you can see it. I've got lighters, I've got a flint, and I've got a Bic lighter, I've got cutlery, I've got a pot holder, I've got a spare cutlery, there's a spork there, another spork here. Love these sporks, especially the titanium ones. But it always pays to have extras like 2 spoons, 2 forks in case you have unexpected guests. It will carry enough alcohol to keep you going for a couple of days if that's what you want. That is made out of aluminium. It's also got a hook, so you can hang it over a fire if you wish, and I have done that occasionally. You can see she's a bit smoke blackened. And then this acts as a lid either that way or that way. You can also cook in this. What I generally do is if I've got anything that, say rice or something that needs cooking, I'll put it in there. and then when it's cooked, put it on one side to cool, and I'll put some water in here. And if you just fill it up to above the line, that's 1 mug of tea, and it doesn't take any time at all. Now then, how does it work? Well, this is another one which is already set up. You've got your windshield, and in the bottom of the windshield is 2 wire brackets which you lift up, and then your burner. You get your burner lit, and then you put that over the top. Then you put your pan on with water in it. Now people say, you know, you have to wait while the flame blooms when you know, originally the flame is quite cold, and then the jets start to get going, then you get quite a larger flame. I never bother, because I think it blooms quicker if you contain the flame. So what we've got here is we've got a surround for our alcohol stove, and that makes it work better. Obviously not as efficient as this, but it's a good compromise. So that goes on there. Boil our water, cook our rice, cook our potatoes, heat up our beans, whatever. That can go on top. Or we could boil our spuds. Or we could heat our beans up. Or we could be boiling our spuds while we heat our beans. Whatever. Now, the flame is down there, but when the pan is on, you can see it's quite close. Actually, can I light this? So what I did then was I deliberately spilt some alcohol on the side, and that is how to light these things without having to shove your finger down inside, says he. Okay, can you see how it lit from the side? This little trough here acts as a reservoir for alcohol. Now this is a Tatonka, and it's very slow to get going. I think you can see that. But we'll put that over. You see the flame now? The flame is beginning to bloom. So then we'll pop our pan on. I won't leave it on there for too long because it's dry. But you can see how close that is to the pan. So the bottom of this pan is going to get bloody hot and stay that way. So when people say you can use this as a frying pan, they're full of crap. Mainly because your pan is too close to the heat, and there's not enough room in there anyway. You can only get 2 slices of bacon in there. So what you do is, where is it? You use a regular aluminum camping frying pan like this one, and you stick it on the top, and it's exactly the right height to fry eggs or bacon, or do whatever you want to do. It works exceptionally well, and I haven't seen anybody else do that, but I'm telling you now, it works very, very well. So that's what you do. Now then, when it comes time to put this thing out, what you do is you take your windshield away. Oh, let me demonstrate the simmering. This is a simmering for that one. So now you're getting a much smaller flame. And when you want to put it out, just pull it over. And she's out. It's pretty simple, really. And that's why I like them, because they are so simple. And they pack up fairly small. Now, this is an aluminum one, an aluminium one. This is a MP44, adopted by the Swedish Army in '44. You can see the Swedish crowns there. And this is an MP40, which is made out of stainless steel. This is the first one I got, and I really liked it. So then I got myself an alloy one. So the alloy one, the aluminum one, is the one that goes on the bike, like so. And then it goes down inside, and that's all you have. And then you can put it in a little bag. Where's my little bag? I'll put it in a little bag like this one. You just put it in that little duffel bag or dry bag or whatever you want. What is that? It's 30, that's bullshit, it's not 33 litres. No way. More like about 10 or 15 litres, that bag. Anyway, that fits in there nicely, so that if you've been using it over a fire, you're not going to get soot over the inside of your panniers. So that's what I carry on the bike. And then this stainless steel one is a little bit heavier. This is what I carry in the truck. And usually in winter I will carry it with me, just in case I get stuck somewhere and it's cold. You know, it gets down to minus 40, minus 45 here at times. With a little bit of fuel, probably take a litre with me, and some water, and you know, some tins or packets of soup, and then I can survive. I can keep myself warm inside the truck. I'm burning alcohol, so I'm not having noxious gases inside the cab of the truck. As long as I keep a window cracked, I'll still have enough oxygen. And I'm good for a long time. So yeah, so that's it. That's our look at alcohol stoves and my conclusions. If you're a Trangia fan, I do understand. Oh, you can get Trangias with gas burners in them, which is very nice if you've got the room for them. Personally, they're not my cup of tea, because then you've got to carry these. You've got to carry something like that. I think simple is best. So just carry your spirit burner and some alcohol, and away you go. So that's it. So it's until next time. It's goodbye from him. It's goodbye from Sasha the Guzzy Dog. Say goodbye, Sasha. Goodbye, Sasha. So until then, keep the rubber side down, shiny side up. Take care of yourselves, look after one another. Bye for now.